My Malkins moments. I have some great Malkins moments. Sticking with the Masters. First, I have to give a shout out to Scottie Scheffler, who I just talked about, winning his first ever major, collecting his first green jacket. Again, just his second full year on the tour. Shot a 10 under, 278 for the tournament, which is highly, highly impressive. Here's what's even more impressive about Scottie Scheffler. He joined Ian Woosnam in 1991 as the only players to win a major, and both in this instance were at the Masters, in their debuts as number one in the world. And that's a profound stat to be a part of, because oftentimes we see when someone's ranked number one, it's hard for them to back it up in those major tournaments. We've seen it in tennis sometimes. Now we're seeing it in golf. There have been examples like Jason Day, who had ascended to number one but wasn't able to win at the Masters, didn't quite have his best stuff. Scottie Scheffler, in debut as a debutant as the number one overall ranking, heading into the Masters, is able to win it. That speaks highly about who he is and the trajectory that he's on. And sticking with the Masters, I teased Rory McIlroy and his historical day. I have to stay with that. He finished second at the Masters, which, by the way, is the highest finish that he's ever had. He's finished in the top 10 6 times at the Masters, but he's never won. But this was the first time that he actually finished as the silver medalist at Augusta. But what's impressive, he holed out from the bunker in the final hole to shoot a 64 under, 64 in the final round, which tied a record low set at Augusta of all time. Again, he finished 7 under for the tournament, but that was an incredible final round to actually put him into very real contention. Now, again, the final score, Scheffler missed two gimmies, I think, out of pressure right on the 18th hole. But regardless, McIlroy finished second and capped it off. He culminated his tournament with an incredible final round. Major shout out to him. Major shout out to Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. He made history. The Nuggets star became the first NBA player ever in the history of the game with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists, all in one season. He's likely to win back-to-back MVPs. I know I made a case for Giannis a couple weeks ago. That was not to discount what Nikola Jokic is doing. Both he, Embiid, and Giannis all have compelling cases. I would not be disappointed at all if Nikola Jokic won the MVP. Be very deserving of it. He's been averaging about 26 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, over 55% shooting from the floor. The guy's been an absolute beast. He's been playing without Jamal Murray, without Michael Porter Jr. for the bulk of the season, obviously without Jamal Murray the entire season, and yet he's positioned the Nuggets as a top 6 seed and firmly in the playoffs this postseason. It's impressive. He deserves a lot of credit for that. So major shout out to him. And finally, major shout out to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid won the NBA's scoring title officially. He capped it off, averaging 30.6 points per game. He clinched it ahead of Giannis, clinched it ahead of LeBron. LeBron would have been ineligible to win because he didn't qualify because he didn't play enough games to qualify. But regardless, Embiid finished the season 30.6 points, at least the regular season, 30.6 points per game, 11.7 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.5 blocks, over 50% shooting from the floor, 37% from three, over 80% from the free throw line. He's been an offensive scoring machine all season long. He's the first center to lead the NBA in scoring since Shaquille O'Neal did it in 1999 and 2000 with the Lakers. It's the last time that we've seen a center do it, and he's just the 4th center to do it since 1980, because he's actually the first center to average 30 points per game since Moses Malone averaged those numbers in the 1981-1982 season. So again, we'll see how that translates into the postseason for Joel Embiid and the 76ers, but individually, He's had an absolutely fantastic season. So major shout out to him. Well, that'll do it for us, ending a couple minutes early right here on Morning Joe. Thank you so much for tuning into Morning Joe every single Monday and Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 to 11 Central, and 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page, Morning Joe, J-O, with Jonah Malkin on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Jonah_Malkin or at morning_Joe_. Instagram, JMalk97, TikTok, Jonah Malkin. As always, have a lovely rest of your morning.